Let's start in Tehran with Ali Hashem, who's standing by for us there. So, Alim, what's the latest we're hearing from Iranian officials about these so-called negotiations with the United States?
Well, Rashad, after a few hours of silence, we heard from the spokesperson of the Foreign Ministry, Mr. Esmaeil Baghaei, denying there's any talks between Iran and the United States. After that, Mr. Mohammad Qalibaf, the Speaker of the Parliament, I'll read his tweet. He says, no negotiations have taken place with the United States. Fake news is intended to manipulate financial and oil markets and to escape the quagmire in which the US and Israel are trapped. This is Mohammad Qalibaf, whose name appeared in some reports in the past hours that he is the man who President Trump described as an influential leader that the talks are taking place with. So for now, Tehran is once again saying nothing has changed with respect to the Strait of Hormuz. Nothing has changed with respect to the war, and there's no direct negotiations, or there is no negotiations going on with the United States of America. However, there are some messages that are being conveyed by regional players. And we read the Omani foreign minister tweeting on Oman's role currently in trying to find a framework for peaceful passage in the Strait of Hormuz. Of course, Oman is the second bank on the Hormuz Strait, so it's on the other side, it's on the southern side of the Hormuz Strait. Also, the Foreign Minister of Iran, Abbas, held talks with the Foreign Minister of Russia, Sergey, Lavrov, and with the Foreign Minister of Turkey, Hakan, Fidan. So there's no doubt that regional players are trying their best, at least for now, to bring down this situation, to de-escalate from this position where Iran and the US have arrived at. The United States threatening to destroy Iran's plants, energy plants, and Iran, in return, threatening to destroy the regional electricity plants, whether in the Gulf or in Israel. A step that could mean the de-escalation is very narrow, and that's why probably everyone right now is trying to bring both sides back to a level where there's a possibility to start a kind of a framework, for example, from the Strait of Hormuz. This could be an idea to start with, and it seems that there are attempts in this regard, but how would this be reflected on the ground? How will this be demonstrated? This is the big question, because the Iranians and the Americans currently aren't alone in this war. There is Israel too, and there is Hezbollah in Lebanon too, and there is the regional players, mainly the Gulf states, who were in the middle of this crossfire for the past 3 weeks. And there is also the international or the global economy too. So many stakes, many strings attached to this conflict. And this makes any package for a solution a package with several items. Each item would need on its own several weeks or months of negotiations.
Ali, thanks for that. Ali Hashem reporting there, from Tehran.